Hi, my name is Hannah. I'm an art student and illustrator living here in Japan, and today is Umi no Hi, which literally translates as like Ocean Day. So I don't have school today, and I also don't have work. So I've decided to take sort of a half day off for fun. So I'm going to take you along, and let's go. So I'm on my way to Amemura, which means America Town, where I'm going to a cafe where one of my art teachers from school has her artwork being shown, and she also helped make the unique menu, which I will show when I get there. So her art sort of revolves around, a lot of skulls and insects and a theme of death, which she actually ended up being at the cafe, which I didn't expect. And so I was able to talk to her and one of my teacher's assistants, and they let me join them to eat. So I got this drink, which had this jelly eyeball, red ice cream, soda, and I ordered a side of alcohol with it. I figured it was a holiday, so it was okay. And it was really tasty. It was like really good. It was basically a float. It turned totally red and it overflowed and I made a mess. And then I also got this tomato like sauce and rice together. Then I looked more at the art and talked to her about it, and we were talking about how like she's interested in the theme of sort of death and I think decay and things kind of fading. But instead of looking at it in a depressing or gross way, she thinks of it in more of like a beautiful, like way. And she also here was using oil painting, which she said she's been practicing and trying to learn how to really create light and layers through oil paint. So it was cool to hear her talk about her own process. And then she was selling some stickers and keychains. I bought one of these mushroom keychains. I think it's really cool. I put it on my keys. And I also bought one of these eyeball pins. So it was on the second floor, so this is the elevator. I'm done now. I was there for like 2 hours, and now I'm heading to my next stop, which my plan is to go to this art store about like a 15-minute walk away, more towards Namba, which is a pretty big shopping area. So I got distracted on my way there and I saw this cool jewelry and hair accessory shop. And so I had to take a look inside. I love jewelry, especially earrings. So I really enjoyed looking around this store, although I didn't buy anything. I feel like in Japan there's a lot of different styles of jewelry, maybe in the US as well, but in Korea I felt like living there weren't as many like unique pieces. I loved the jewelry in Korea too, but I didn't see so many unusual or different styles there. It was all kind of similar if something was trendy or popular. So now I'm finally going to the art store, which I passed a couple times because it was just this hole in the wall, as you can see, and then you have to go underground. So they had these cool traditional looking, or at least traditional looking to me, fans that were really beautiful, and also traditional supplies, or I'm assuming traditional supplies. It looked like, calligraphy brushes and ink, as well as they had like actual pigment, I'm assuming for paint. I'm actually, again, not sure, but they were really cool. And these, I think, are for stamps. They were made of stone. And again, I'm not entirely sure. I could have asked the shop owner, but I didn't want to bug them. But they were really pretty. They're still fun to look at. And they have these little holders. So they had a lot of things that were not necessarily just art supplies, but I was most enamored by this little like bunny incense holder and the Japanese incense, so that's all I really bought at this shop. Next, I decided to go to Book Off Plus, which was really right next door. Book Off usually sells like used comic books, magazines, CDs, DVDs, video games, but Book Off Plus also has clothes, and these first things were like brand names, so they were still pretty, or I guess designer name, so they were still pretty expensive. So I quickly moved away from these more designer clothes and started to look at the more normal things. So I'm finally back home after my little outing. The cafe was fantastic. I think walking to Namba and Dotonbori kind of took a lot out of me, but I never do those kinds of things since I've lived here, so it was kind of fun to actually be a bit of a tourist. But I'm pretty tired out and hot and sweaty, so I think it's time to rest. And thank you for coming along with me on my fun art date in Osaka. Hopefully fun. Fun for me. I don't know about for you. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.